Welcome back to The Wonderful Life. We're Tim and Deanna. Is 48 hours in Paris enough? Keep watching to find out. Without further ado, let's go.
Hey guys, so we are officially at O'Hare Airport in Chicago waiting for our flight to Paris. We had United Club passes, so we are in the United Club in Terminal B, which is huge. I don't think I've ever been in this one. I've always been to the one on the other terminal. But looking forward to our long flight to Paris. We were able to upgrade our seats, so we are in the Premium Plus section, and we will be able to show you a little bit of that as well.
So we did pay a lot less than we expected to. We had already paid kind of a premium for the
Economy Plus seats
because we had a little more legroom, but this is going to be a huge difference, and we were able to get originally there were two separate seats, but the customer service here was able to combine the two, so we'll be sitting together on the flight, and we will check in once we're boarded on the plane.
Yep. See you soon. Bye. So we are officially on our flight, or the plane, I guess I should say, to Paris. It is still loading and boarding in pretty fancy seats for the first time, I think, ever. I don't know, you have anything to say about that?
I'm just lost. I don't know how all the buttons work, and
Tim's being a dork.
And the seat adjustment and the leg rest.
He's like a kid in a candy store. We're cutting this short, but we'll do a little bit of videoing in a little bit to show you around too. All right. Thank you.
We exited Terminal 1, and we are in Terminal 3 now. Terminal 3 is where you would meet trains going into the city. Our hotel is in Latin Quarter, so that would be Luxembourg station. So our train leaves in about 20 minutes or so on track 22. We'll show you a little bit of the area you exit into to get into Terminal 3 and purchase your ticket. And up ahead are the automated ticket terminals. There's a fairly long queue. But just to the right, you can purchase your ticket from a ticket agent. That's what we have chosen to do. The lines are a little shorter, and they speak English, which is a bonus.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Working our way to the escalator down to our platform.
So we are currently on the metro from the airport to Paris. Very easy way to get here. As Tim already said, we took the train or tram from the Terminal 1 to Terminal 3, got off at Terminal 3, got our tickets. You have to keep your ticket after it goes through the machine. Now we're sitting on the train and waiting to get to our hotel.
have arrived at Le Procope, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, restaurants in
I think it's the
Paris.
oldest restaurant in Paris, yes.
And we cannot wait to look around inside.
Yep. Hey guys, so we made it off the train, walked to the hotel, dropped our bags, and walked over to the oldest restaurant in Paris, Le Procope. Fancy in here and beautiful at the same time, and from what we've been told, Ben Franklin ate here, and Bonaparte.
Jean-Paul Sartre.
Yeah, there's a lot of big historical names, so we did, we'll do a little pan around the restaurant. We are the only ones here. There was a big tour group ahead of us, but they're in a private room upstairs, so we pretty much have this all to ourselves right now.
An interesting bit of history is that in 1795, Napoleon, who was serving in the French army during the Revolution, was forced to leave his hat as collateral to the restaurant's owner to pay off his debts. Le Procope still has the hat in a glass case near the staircases.
I have bread in my mouth, but
So this is the flank steak and French fries. French fries in France. It's funny to have French fries and red wine together, but this is where it all started, I suppose.
but we are eating red meat, so. And wait till you taste the gravy. It is very, very good. All right.
Looks tender.
It's perfectly done too. The medium rare. Wow.
And it was so fast. We ordered it. Boom, there it is.
No, it's very fast. It's very good.
After an amazing lunch, we took a stroll throughout the neighborhoods on our way to Luxembourg Garden till our hotel room was ready. Luxembourg Garden is located in Paris's 6th arrondissement. Paris is divided into 20 arrondissements, or neighborhood districts, that spiral in the shape of a snail shell from the center of town.
Hey everyone, so we are just wandering about in the Latin Quarter / Saint-Germain area. We are currently at the Luxembourg Gardens. Beautiful, the sun is shining. Still waiting for our room to be finished, but they told us 3 o'clock and it's a little after 2, so we don't have that much longer to go. I don't think we mentioned the date. What's today? Friday, May 3rd, I think.
It's a spring day. Most of the trees have
Beautiful.
leaves. A lot of them have flowers. A lot of kids sailing boats out on the pond here in the garden. It's just a short walk from our hotel.
Yep.
We'll try and get the flowers in behind us as we cross through.
Let's do that.
I'll just do a little 360. But yeah,
We're gonna like turn and dance.
there's an awful lot of flowers going on. There's perfect timing for that.
Yeah, no, it's really beautiful out. We're expecting rain tomorrow, at least as of right now. They say that, so we're going to enjoy every moment of being outside that we can today. I don't know what we're doing later. We have dinner reservations, but I'm sure we'll venture off somewhere else after we check in.
Yeah, lots of statuary, and
they have signs everywhere, English and French, where you can and cannot sit. A lot of people just sitting, eating a pastry or a sandwich and laying in the grass, reading. Very relaxing.
young couples doing, you know, what young couples do. And especially here in Paris, you gotta assume. But yeah, as soon as we can check into the hotel, we will do that, and we got to freshen up.
Yep.
And then go out and see some sights. But we did get to see the top of the Eiffel Tower for the first time. So that was quite a moment.
Picture
right over the garden. It's in the video earlier. We'll show you that. But
our very first glance at the Eiffel Tower. It's magical.
I'm sure we'll get closer eventually. As soon as we take a little breather, this has been a kind of an overnight flight thing. No matter how hard you try to sleep on a plane, it's not that easy.
Very true.
All right, we'll check in once we get into our room.
See you soon. Bye.
So just across the street from the Luxembourg garden, there's another little park with statues and such, but it's kind of a nude gentleman and a lady who's scantily clad, and a dog who's turning his back on the two of them. I don't blame him.
Fontaine des Quatre Parties du Monde, or Fountain of the Four Parts of the World, is located in the Garden of the Grands Explorateurs. Our room was ready, so we returned to our hotel to unpack and freshen up for an afternoon and evening out exploring Paris. Hotel Trianon Rive Gauche has a quaint lobby, a reception area, a rather small elevator, and 110 rooms.
Just the way I always wanted. 더바랄 것도 없어. 지금 이대로면 좋아. 다시 햇볕이
Our room was on the 5th floor with a queen bed, a desk, a closet with a safe, complimentary robes, complimentary bottle of wine and snacks, a tub and shower, small sink, hair dryer, magnifying mirror, coffee maker, and a rather shallow balcony that looked out upon the city. From our hotel, we ventured out to walk along the Seine in search of the Eiffel Tower. Fontaine Saint-Sulpice was constructed in 1848 by architect Louis Visconti, the designer of Napoleon's tomb. It depicts 4 17th century religious figures. Pont Alexander III, or Deck Arch Bridge, connects the Champs-Élysées quarter with Invalides and the Eiffel Tower. It's regarded as the most extravagant bridge in Paris. It was completed in 1900 in the Beaux Arts style, with Art Nouveau lamps, cherubs, nymphs, and winged horses at both ends.
Bonjour! We are officially in front of the Eiffel Tower, or kind of, sort of, across the street from the Eiffel Tower, because a lot of it is closed off around it. Wanted to go ahead and give you guys a quick update, and we basically just walked all the way down to the river from our hotel, and then down the river all the way around.
We saw a lot of really pretty bridges, some palaces. Trocadero's kind of closed off because they're working on the area to be used in the opening ceremonies of the Olympics in July. But we did get some good views of the Seine. The closer we get to the Eiffel Tower, the better it gets.
It's beautiful.
This is the closest so far. We're going to try and get a little bit closer, and see if we can do another update from there. But we'll see you in a minute.
Bye. I'm speechless because it's just so beautiful. There's blooming trees right in front of it. I'm really glad we decided to walk down to the river first because we're seeing it from a different angle, and we're missing a lot of the construction that's on the other side of it.
After seeing the Eiffel Tower, it was time for dinner. We chose to go to Chez René, a charming neighborhood bistro in the Saint-Germain neighborhood. We opted for the boeuf bourguignon and special almond meringue dessert. And just like that, day one was over. As we prepared for bed, the Eiffel Tower put on a show outside our balcony. The next day, we got an early start and headed towards the Louvre. Pont Neuf, or New Bridge, is the oldest standing bridge across the River Seine. On our way to the museum, we made a quick stop for coffee and croissants. The Louvre is France's national art museum located on the right bank of the Seine. Among its many works of art, it houses the Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo, and Winged Victory. Built in the late 12th to 13th century, it was previously Louvre Palace. It opened as a museum in 1793. Its collection of art increased while France was under the rule of Napoleon. The museum contains approximately 500,000 objects and displays 35,000 works of art. It's currently the largest and most visited museum of art in the world.
Hi, good morning. This is our our first full day, our second day in Paris. We early morning started walking along the Seine,
Pont de Neuf, places we really wanted to see, but were too crowded on other days. But first thing on a Saturday morning, no crowds whatsoever.
We did stop at a cafe across from the Louvre, which is where we are right now. What was the name of that place?
Cafe
de Arts.
Yeah, we had our morning coffee. I had a latte and
Cappuccino for me.
And then we had Deanna and I shared some croissants and what do you call that? Pain de chocolat, which that was perfect. Even our hotel had really good
we stopped
pastries
in
and such.
The breakfast area quickly and got an espresso and a mini pain de chocolat to walk with.
Well, we're definitely going to have the breakfast at the hotel tomorrow just because it looked very complete. Everything was very fresh. So far, the hotel's working out great. Highly recommend it to this point, unless the elevator's really small. I'll try and videotape a little of that.
Again, we'll have another video on that as well.
The two of us without luggage fit fine, one with luggage at a time. But being up on the 5th floor like we are, that gives us perfect views of the Eiffel Tower, especially at night. It's really
beautiful.
Very majestic falling asleep to that outside your window.
We did book this off of Expedia too. It's the Hotel Trianon Rive Gauche.
Trianon
Rive Gauche. I told you my French sucks.
It continues to be. But yeah, the first stop of the day after our little mini breakfast was the Louvre. We had tickets. We purchased in advance for the 9 o'clock, which is when
highly recommend purchasing online very early.
Got in the line out by the pyramids, and then we were able to enter right at 9. They don't open early. They open exactly at that time. You go through a little bag like magnetometer, and that's really quick. You're in through there, and then we just followed the crowds to the Mona Lisa because that was
straight there.
Number one, because the crowds will only get worse.
Be prepared for lots of steps is all I could say.
Yeah, different staircases and long hallways.
But it was way further away than we had expected, and we had to climb multiple levels in order to get there, and everyone was like running. So got my workout this morning for sure.
In this case, the sooner you're there, the better, because they start to pile up and go deeper and deeper. We were only 2 or 3 deep by the time we got there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shoving and pushing by people who are less considerate.
Very true.
It's like, and just, wait until the person in front of you is done and then you move forward.
But it was very surreal. It was a very cool thing to see. It's very small, the painting itself. Advertising makes it look larger than life, but it is definitely a small piece of art.
Got that out of the way so we can relax and take more time to look at some of the other art here. Venus de Milo, Winged Victory. There's so many great works of art in here, and we're maybe halfway through. We do have some reservations to go to Sainte-Chapelle after this, but we still have a lot more art to see.
Yes.
And
beautiful. I mean, just the building itself is incredible. Just the detail. How they did that back in the day, I don't know.
And the crowds aren't too bad at this hour. I would suggest first thing.
Definitely. And it's a Saturday, so you would think that it would be crazy busy.
But the streets were empty. We got some really nice window shopping and strolling on the way here. It doesn't seem like you can go too far wrong with any of these little cafes along the way when they're open.
I was going to mention the cafe again. It was probably a little pricier than it would be going off the beaten path, but it was very convenient, and the people were very, very nice in there. Tim had accidentally forgotten the camera bag at the table, and the server put it on and was like dancing around, saying, "Madame, Madame." And I was like, oops, we need that.
It's got something with teddy bears, giant teddy bears in there with hats on and berets and things.
It's probably a very popular spot. We did see a lot of locals coming in for coffee.
Yeah, just kind of a grab and go thing going on. But the coffee was very good. We have a lot planned today. Hopefully we can get
maybe to
Montmartre.
after we get through with Sainte-Chapelle.
We did have a little bit of rain this morning, but it looks, well, I don't know. The sun popped out, and now it looks like it might be rainy again. But
Yeah.
have my rain jacket, so
But we
just in
want to
case.
see some more art, and I'd like to get into the gift shop when that's open. I assume it's open now,
Yeah,
but
it
we were
wasn't
just here
before.
so early, and see what they have there.
We are also going to venture over to Notre Dame as well today, even though it's
Well, we could
Still
kind of see
closed
the
inside.
spires when we
Yeah.
were on Pont de Neuf, which is right near the island where Notre Dame
was
is
beautiful.
located. And
it was
we will-
nice being out early.
And we'll check back with you guys later. Bye-bye.
Notre Dame, built between 1163 and 1345, is a famous medieval cathedral dedicated to Virgin Mary. Though currently closed while it recovers from damage due to a fire in April of 2019, it's planned to reopen in December 2024. It's considered the finest example of French Gothic architecture. In the 19th century, it hosted the coronation of Napoleon. It was also the inspiration for Victor Hugo's novel Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Conciergerie is a former courthouse and prison that once housed 2,780 prisoners, including Marie Antoinette prior to her execution by guillotine.
Hey guys, so we ventured over to Ile de la Cite. I think that's how you say it. There's a little island on the river in between the two sides of Paris. That's where Notre Dame is. We do have tickets to Sainte-Chapelle, which is supposed to be a beautiful church, which I know we've mentioned before. The sun is peeking out, so it might be really pretty. Our tickets are for 1 p.m., but we did see Notre Dame, and we've been walking around and decided to stop in a little cafe. What was the name of it, Tim?
I think it's Le du Palais, which is like the two palaces.
The two palaces.
The second palace. I don't know how that goes.
One thing I do have to say is if you are eating at a cafe or if you're eating in a restaurant in a high tourist area, they are a little bit pricier. This isn't really what we had planned to do, but we did have some extra time after we got done at the Louvre. And so we decided to grab something to eat, and this was the only place close by.
So we got our white wine, and
We are drinking Chablis.
we're getting our croque monsieur.
Yeah, just to share. So cheers. The wine is good. So today is just going to be kind of hit or miss after we're done with Sainte-Chapelle. We don't really have exact plans. We're going to just venture into different neighborhoods and see what we see. So we're looking forward to kind of immersing ourselves in the culture this afternoon.
We'll try and get some pictures of our food and that arrives.
Yep.
And we'll see you at Sainte-Chapelle.
See ya. We are walking up the Sainte-Chapelle stairs.
The spiral staircase from the gift shop downstairs.
Hey everyone, so we are in Sainte-Chapelle Chapel, which is pretty cool in itself. We met this wonderful lady. Her name is Deanna. She is from the US, but she's living here in Paris, and she's going to tell us a little bit about this place that we're in.
Yep, so Sainte-Chapelle, it was originally built because one of the King Louis, unfortunately I don't remember which one, he purchased the crown of thorns from a Byzantine emperor. The emperor at the time was in debt because of wars, and after a period of accumulated debt, he sold the crown of thorns to King Louis, and King Louis built this. Now this is the upper portion of Sainte-Chapelle. Sainte-Chapelle, was the private portion, just for him and for his family. He would host dignitaries here, he would host events, but it was the private portion, so the public didn't see this. There's a portion downstairs that's for the plebeians, like us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We would have access to that. So this was built in around 1239, 1230. It did take quite some time. If you can look at the details, it was extremely expensive to build. But again, it was to hold the crown of thorns and also all of the other Christian relics that Louis collected over a period of time. He was eventually sainted, so he is known as Saint Louis, and he collected a whole bunch of the Christian relics. They've since been dispersed to various places, but you can still see the crown of thorns in Notre Dame if you go visit. Not now, obviously, it's still under construction. It won't reopen until December, I believe.
Right,
but when but when it does reopen, the crown of thorns is held there, and it was saved in the fire. So
awesome.
That's
well, thank
about
you
what I know.
so much. You know
You're
a whole
welcome.
lot more than we do.
I read a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely beautiful in here, and it was so nice meeting
It
you.
was nice meeting you guys too.
Thanks.
They're so nice, guys. Like, if you haven't met them in person, they're so lovely.
After the stunning Sainte-Chapelle, we began the long walk north towards Montmartre. There are 21 covered passages in Paris. Most are located in the 2nd and 9th arrondissements. Passage Verdot and Joffre are among the most charming. They house antique dealers, cafes, gift shops, a library, and even a hotel. The Montmartre neighborhood is atop a large hill in Paris's northern 18th arrondissement. Montmartre is known for its artistic history and nightclub district. Recently made popular by the Woody Allen film Midnight in Paris, La Maison Rose was once a home frequented by Salvador Dali, Pablo Picasso, and many famous cabaret singers. Sacré-Cœur Basilica overlooks all of Paris atop Montmartre. It's an immensely popular tourist attraction in Paris. Only the Eiffel Tower is more popular. After our long uphill climb from alongside the Seine to the top of Montmartre, we descended a staircase to Au Clairon des Chasseurs, a bar and jazz club for a much-needed drink before Ubering back to our hotel.
Bonjour. We are still in Paris. Man, we had a long day. I think we walked another 30,000 steps. We wound up leaving the Louvre and going to Sainte-Chapelle, which you already know, and then we went up walked all the way to Montmartre, which is a really cute neighborhood. We did walk to the Moulin Rouge first. That's a little seedy, but in general it was cool. The blades on the windmill fell off, so we don't have that in the background. But then we walked all the way up the hill, and it was pretty intense, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that our pictures of an iconic place are kind of different than what we expected. We could Photoshop the windmill blades on the windmill.
I don't know. No, it is what it is.
Once we got to Sacré-Cœur, we realized we'd done enough, and we sat down, had some wine, I had some beer.
We actually walked down to another little neighborhood first because it was extremely busy up there. Like, I can't move. There were that many people, so we needed a little space, and
there's
got out
a
of
certain
that
amount of
really
people
quick.
up there to see Sacré-Cœur. Some people there just because of the views.
The views are amazing.
Over the wall, and you could see all of Paris and probably beyond from up there. But yeah, we Ubered back to our hotel, which was a smart decision.
And it was cheap.
Yeah,
it was far. It was like a 40-minute drive, and it only cost us 19 euros. So way cheaper than the States.
So it was a good choice. A little bit of relaxation back at the hotel, and we have got plans to go across the street. There's a really highly recommended restaurant just
Very
outside
cute.
our window. So I don't think we
Staying
need
close.
to Uber to get there, and we will let you know how that goes.
Nestled between the Odeon Crossroads and Luxembourg Gardens, and just outside our hotel room, is Au Père Louis Restaurant and Wine Bar. We had the onion soup, bone marrow, steak frites, and chicken. The food was good, the service not so much. Before heading out on our final day, we enjoyed a nice breakfast at our hotel. At last, we'd come to the end of our time in Paris and took an Uber to Gare du Nord train station to catch our Eurostar train across France, under the English Channel, and into London.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy our video, please click on the like button and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on. Watch for our new video of our time in London coming soon. And remember, keep living the wonderful life.